told Sarah that I would be the Luminaria speaker tonight quite a while back. And I was looking forward to it. Then I had a couple of rough weeks, and I started to wonder if I was the right person to be doing this. I just wasn't feeling very inspiring, and I thought that maybe I wasn't still really making the difference to others that I had hoped to be making as a cancer survivor, with that desire to give back, and thanks for the gift of remission that I've been given. So then last weekend, my husband and I were in a supermarket, and a man stops us to say hello. Now, I recognize him by face from living here in Rhinebeck all these years, and we always said, hi, how are you, but never knew each other's names or whatnot. He had wanted to tell me that his dear friend had just been diagnosed very, very young with an aggressive cancer. He told me that morning he had told her my story. And this being a small village, stories like mine tend to travel. He did not know the medical details, but he had watched me from a distance for quite some time now. He watched me fighting through treatment, always pushing. He saw that sometimes we're tougher than others. He saw that I never gave up. He told me that I didn't even have the slightest idea what an inspiration I was to so many people. It was exactly what I needed to hear. And that was no chance meeting in the supermarket. I'll never believe that. And it is his kind words from the heart that have me standing here tonight, trying to offer hope and give back, and encouraging you to do the same, and to thank the caregivers who push us along and stay by our sides on this journey. Now, every cancer survivor has a story, and every survivor's story is unique. But everyone doesn't get a chance to tell their story to a whole lot of people. And tonight, Sarah gave me the chance to do that. So thank you, Sarah. And there's something about doing this that makes you feel really good inside. My cancer diagnosis came without a lot of warning. I had been back and forth to my physician, bothered by some aches, pains, and hot flashes. I was told I was perimenopausal. I was told that I had a hormonal imbalance. And then I was told that I had a false negative for Lyme disease, and I was even treated for that. I had had a clear mammogram, and no one suspected cancer. Then, during a follow-up for the Lyme disease that I didn't have, nothing had improved, and I asked for some more testing. A physician's assistant suggested an ultrasound, and those results would rock my world. Stage 3 breast cancer. A huge tumor buried deep in my chest wall. Further tests showed the cancer had obliterated my lymph nodes and spread through my lymphatic system. I would need 3 surgeries, 6.5 months of chemo, and radiation. I was given a 1 in 17 chance of living 5 years. I plugged along through the treatments, sometimes kicking and screaming. I was bald and queasy and filled with drugs and stuck with endless needles. So many things that so many of you here tonight are way too familiar with. But finally, after 9 months, I was done, and I was in remission. I was happy, but haunted. Haunted by that stupid statistic. A 1 in 17 chance of living 5 years. I didn't want to get into that. Yet, in the same token, I had some special things that I wanted to do in my lifetime. So, I made up a bucket list. And if you are unfamiliar with that term, a bucket list is a list of obtainable goals that you'd like to accomplish before you pick the bucket. And my 1 in 17 odds meant that I needed to get moving. So began my bucket list. Certain things got checked off rather quickly. I had had dogs in my life, but I had never had a puppy. So I got my first puppy. I always wanted a really cool tattoo, So I returned from a jaunt from Cape Cod with the Chinese symbol for courage tattooed on my calf. I really wanted to learn to like sushi and experience it, at least give it a try. A friend came over with a variant sampling and worked me through it. It's okay. I did it without the nausea next, but I'm getting there. I wanted to learn a little about the dreaded computer. I'm not a computer person. I now can email, Google, and I'm quite a force on Facebook. My Facebook friends.
380.
My love for all things marine life made the list in a lot of ways. This took a bit more doing to accomplish, but I did get to swim with the dolphins in the Dominican. Absolutely unbelievable. I worked the whale stranding in the Keys and helped nurse one of them to release. And am the proud adoptive sponsor parent of April, a 3-flippered blind loggerhead sea turtle that we recently went to visit in Marathon. I also had some creative aspirations: to be recognized as an artist at a gallery, to sign an autograph for someone, to be on a TV show. And as of this past year, I have artwork featured here at a gallery in Rhinebeck. I did get asked for my autograph, which only twice, but it still counts. And was filmed for a quick spot on a recent episode of a show on Animal Planet. Then, as life went on, one day I turned around and realized that everything on my bucket list had been crossed off. I had done all of those things I hoped to accomplish and was still standing here.
Did you tell her that we watched the show?
Still in remission, still raring to go, and in need of a new bucket list. Whoever would have thought? A second bucket. But this time, I'm approaching it differently. I will have goals about retirement, aging gracefully, and plans for the long haul. Because I am no longer haunted by that dismal statistic. With love, support, hope, and a little help from above, I was able to beat the odds and surprise my doctors and outlast my bucket list. And that is my wish for all cancer survivors. That 1 in 17 chance of living 5 years, that was exactly 10 and a half years ago today.